Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another Guerrilla boxing video. So in the midst of the two fights that we have going on right now, we have Canelo versus Triple G this weekend. I guess I can speak for most boxing fans who are, I guess, invested into the sport more than the common boxing fan who wants to see knockouts. Um, Nobody is kind of really looking forward to this fight. Even as Canelo tries to hype up this fight so much, um, it's still like something that we didn't really need. We don't really want to see, um, and we already know that the fight is a cash out fight for Triple G. People can agree with that basically. Now, what I want to say though is some interesting comments came out from this whole light heavyweight division. I'm going to start with the comments that Dimitri Bivol actually talked about in this thing, and they're interesting comments because they go back to what I've been saying. And so when the thing is when another boxer says it, like when another boxer says it, right? Then you kind of have to agree, okay, he's onto something, or like you have to agree that okay, since what he's saying aligns with me and he's a professional, then it's kind of like okay, I'm on the right track. So I'm gonna say what he said in the in the article real quick. Hold on, let me find the article. Okay. So Bivol said that he expects Beterbiev to be more difficult than Canelo, and the reason why he said that he expects Beterbiev to be more difficult than Canelo is because of the simple fact that it's going to be a different type of difficulty. And he's like, the fight with Canelo was difficult because nobody believed in him except for his team. And Beterbiev is not as popular as Canelo. That part will be easy, but he said the size and the boxing skills will be more difficult. It will be more difficult than Canelo. And this is what Bivol said. Now, I have to agree that by all, like many people just look at Arthur Beterbiev, and especially Canelo fans. Many Canelo fans look at Arthur Beterbiev as just gonna be there right in front of you to be hit. Virgil Ortiz even said that Arthur Beterbiev gets hit too much. In the last fight with Joe Smith, his face was flawless. You know what I mean? And what I want to say is that if you just think of him as just this rock'em sock'em dude, then you don't know what you're looking at. And the thing is Beterbiev is a more skillful boxer than Canelo. There's many reasons why he is a more skillful boxer than Canelo. In the Joe Smith fight, he actually fought on the back foot to land his uppercuts. He actually, split the center line in order for those uppercuts to go. And another thing that Beterbiev is capable of doing that Canelo cannot do is Beterbiev is also a switch hitter. So he can change from orthodox to southpaw in order to get his things off. and there are some videos of him. They're not many, but there's some videos of him working the mitts in the southpaw position. And so another thing is just that Beterbiev is more technically sound than Canelo. The way Beterbiev, the way Bivol and the way Beterbiev throw their hooks, they throw them the same way. Canelo, when he throws his hook, he cocks back to let you know he's about to throw a hook. He hasn't learned any other way. And as I said before in previous videos, the Soviet school of boxing and the Cuban school of boxing are more superior than the Mexican school of boxing, because the Mexican school of boxing teaches you how to fight in one way only. And I hate to say it, we saw that this past weekend when Ryo met his when he met his match against the Dominican guy. I'm just gonna be honest, in the Mexican school of boxing, they don't really focus on technique like that. You know, they say, you know, warrior heart and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, that's nice, but at the end of the day, if you know how to throw a punch, less effort is spent on throwing the punch and putting power into the punch, versus if you're trying to throw hard punches, more effort is spent into doing that and you get tired quicker. So this is why, like, I'm thankful that, you know, I'm thankful to Allah that he put me with my coach, who happens to be from that Soviet school of boxing from Central Asia. And he just, you know, he just took a liking to me and said, hey, you know, we're gonna rock together. Because the thing is I don't know what happens in the Mexican school of boxing, but the first thing that they teach you in Soviet school of boxing is footwork. You don't even throw a punch. It gets annoying, it gets redundant and things like that, but the reason why they do it is because so you can actually, like, understand that it's your feet that are going to get you in position to throw the punches that you need to throw, and it's your feet that are going to keep you in position to throw different types of punches, right? So I understand why Bivol said that boxing skills will be more difficult than Canelo, because with all due respect, all Canelo did was come forward in the fight against Bivol and try to do what he did with Callum Smith. What he did with Callum Smith is he kept on hitting Callum Smith on the arm, and then because he kept on hitting Callum Smith on the arm, he was you know, he wasn't able to throw the punch. He wasn't able to throw the punch from the arm. You know what I mean? Or I guess it was his lead arm, and he wasn't able to throw the jab anymore because he kept on repeatedly getting hit in the arm. So yeah, you know, that's what happens. Now Canelo has said that, you know, he's still the best fighter in the world, and he says that he, you know, nobody does what I do. You know, I like challenges and things like that. I take challenges and whatnot. Like, and the question will have to be, if you like challenges, why not rematch Bivol right away and run it back instead of fighting Triple G and in a fight that we don't want to see, or at least I don't want to see. Yeah, I can say that a majority of fans don't want to see. You know, like, if you're so into challenges, why take something that's going to be a less of a challenge when, you know, this guy is obviously had a hard time in his last few fights, especially the fight with Derevyanchenko, which should have went to Derevyanchenko, which was the 7-5 fight for Derevyanchenko. And also like why, the Murata fight. We saw what was happening in that fight as well, and the difficulties in which he had in that fight. So you're saying that you like challenges, but you're not showing us that you want these challenges. You said you like challenges and things like that, but when Demetrius Andrade was the last piece of the puzzle for Undisputed at 160, you decided that you wanted to fight Kovalev. You didn't want that challenge because you called him a horrible fighter and stuff like that, but he's a better fighter than you. Like Demetrius Andrade is a way more skillful fighter than Canelo. Again, another switch hitting guy. The thing is, I said it before, I'll say it again, Canelo is a basic boxer. He's very, very basic. The thing is about Beterbiev is, his style may look basic, but it's actually kind of complex because it's very difficult to place the shots where he places them. And the thing is like, when you look at like the shots that he does, those shots, like, he is very hard. This is the thing that that the Canelo fanboys don't account to, is the fact that it takes a lot of discipline to choose your shots wisely and not act upon emotions when you're getting, when you may get hit. When you look at Canelo getting frustrated in the Bivol fight, which means he couldn't control his emotions, he tried to suplex Bivol. That's the thing. So that goes out the window. Another fight that we know Canelo's not going to take, and he says he likes challenges. We know he's not going to fight David Benavidez. We already know that. That's a foregone conclusion. We also know that he's not going to fight David Morrell either. David Morrell is a more skillful boxer than Canelo. David Morrell can also switch hit. David Morrell can box if he wants to, but also David Morrell can take the fight to you as well. So, Canelo is only the best fighter in the world, according in his words, is because the media has put him there, and also his countrymen and his fan base here have put him as the best fighter in the world. But me, like, I hate to say it, but Canelo is like on very, very low on my pound for pound list, since the pound for pound list is objective. You know what I mean? If I go off of just opposition he has faced, if I go off of the performance he has put in those the opposition that he's faced, then I can just say that he's very low on that. If he said he likes challenges, then why didn't he rematch Lara? That was a challenge, and many people felt that Lara won the fight, but he didn't want to rematch him. So with that being said, it's more of the same things. Over here on this channel, I'll just say it's basically Team Bivol, Team Beterbiev, Team Shakur, Team Ennis, Team Andrade, Team Devin Haney, Team Morrell, there's that new heavyweight, I'm kind of looking forward to him, Team Arslan Beck, and also, Team Best wants to fight the best, Team clean out the division. Like, goal is to clean out the division. That's what teams I follow. But there's no Team Canelo over here. There's no Team Cherry Pick over here. There's no Team avoid certain fighters over here, because I feel that, I can't win against those fighters. And also, there's no team racial or nationalistic bias over here as well. Someone told me a long time ago, if you're good, you're good. You know, so that's what we go off of over here. But anyhow, leave your thoughts, leave your comments in regards to what Bivol said, in regards to what Canelo said as well. Full signing out. Punjab Rama.